Vos. Next time I'm in church, please no photos. Police escorts, everybody passports. This the life that everybody asks for. This a fast life, we are on a crash course. What you think I rap for? To push the rap for? Well, I know that if I stay stunting, all these girls only gon' want one thing. I can spend my whole life goodwill hunting. Only good gon' come is this good.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Vassos Field for tonight's OCAA contest between the visiting Algonquin Wolves and your Durham Lords. Walking out with the Durham Lords women's team is Coach Ali's team, the Whitby SC U10 girls. Make some noise! Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, Durham College is proud to acknowledge the lands and people of the Mississaugas of Scugog Island First Nation, which is covered under the Williams Treaty. Durham College is situated on the traditional territory of the Mississaugas, a branch of the Anishinaabe Nation, in which includes Algonquin, Ojibwe, Ottawa, and Potawatomi. We now ask if you can please rise, if able, and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Number 1, Paige King. Number 2, Annika Dubois. Number 3, Ashley Woodcock. Number 5, Valerie Armstrong. Number 6, Alyssa Tate. Number 9, Lydia Riley. Number 17, Sandra DeFord. Number 21, Jackson Young. Number 24, Mercedes Beninga. And number 25, Alex O'Bay.
We're just waiting for Paige out.
We were going to do it, then they told us to stay on.
Lord fans, make some noise for your starting 11 from the Durham Lords. Number 3, Sage Roberts. Number 4, number 5, Estelle Pompe. Number 6, Erin Nicolica. Number 8, Isabel Sullivan. Number 9, Jalen Toulon. Number 14, Chloe Hersha. Number 15, Alexis Bailey. Number 16, Heather Wright. Number 23, Holly Warlow. And number 26, Haley Roach. And number 00, Katie Sutherland. All right, fans, let's get loud. Here comes Lou to deliver the game ball. Make some noise.
Welcome, everybody, to Vassos Field for our OCAA matchup between the Durham Lords and Algonquin Wolves. The Durham Lords start their season at home against their furthest opponents, probably, other than Sudbury. And we got Louis the Lord on the field getting the crowd hyped up. I'm Damon Huser, and I'm with
Eric Huser
on the mic today to present you this OCAA matchup. Teams are being prepared. Let us know about the Algonquin Wolves and the Durham Lords last season?
The Algonquin Wolves, they had a pretty good season, finishing 7-2-1. Well, Durham's going to look to bounce back after a less than mediocre 4-6 record.
Yeah, I think they have the tools to do it. It's a older team this year with some new faces returning, sort of becoming a legend here. Sage Roberts-Thomas, who 2 years ago broke the OCAA record for goals in a season. What do you think she's got in her bag this season?
I think if Durham's going to go far in the OCAA playoffs, they're going to need Sage to be at her peak like 2 years ago. And I think she can do it. She showed a very good performance in the Campus Cup. She didn't finish any, but she had some good chances. So we'll see what she does here against Algonquin. It's going to be a tough matchup.
Yeah, Algonquin's Aubien is going to kick us off in a second here. We're underway in this OCAA matchup between the Durham Lords and Algonquin Wolves. And Algonquin starts with possession, just playing it to the fullback, Dubois, getting it into the midfield, pressured by about 3 Durham Lords, and they get away of the tight space over the top to Jones. Jones tried to wiggle her way, but it's good defending by the Durham Lords, and they'll retain the ball for the first time tonight before putting it out of bounds for an Algonquin throw. Throw in, they'll just ring it back as they know possession is key. It's not something Durham usually had a hold of last season. Stepping up, being pressured by Roberts, but getting away. A fight which Algonquin will win, but it's tipped around and Durham eventually comes away with it. The Durham Lords this season will need to play better defensively, as that was a struggle last year. And they brought in some new players to do that. Let's hope we can see tonight them play better.
Yeah, Durham's more of a team where they get the ball up to their attack and let them do what they can do. What I'd love to see is them playing out from the back more and getting the ball into number 6, Erin Mikalika. She's a maestro in the middle, but sometimes they just don't find her enough.
That's a good ball down the line. Trying to find Roberts, but it's easily intercepted by the Algonquin defense. Armstrong trying to connect with a fullback. Ends up getting out wide, and they just keep it down that line. Armstrong with it again. It's a good turn just to find the open space and switch the play. Young on the ball, made a pass. Now a cut inside from the Algonquin Wolves.
De Cruz is going to be one of the main pieces here for Algonquin. She's been commanding the ball and just been spraying it out wide every single play.
It's Dubois, and that's a good ball for Armstrong. So Armstrong tries to get down the line. Armstrong dancing and losing the ball. Eventually for a Durham throw-in.
That was good defense from Hercia. She's going to be a key point on defense here for Durham. Hercia with the ball now.
Yeah, Durham just trying to get their first little spell of possession as we're about 3 minutes through. But a bad turnover, and coming away with it is Mikaleka.
That's what we're going to see a lot of, kick and run from the defense. But I would like them to see right here. They get it into Mikaleka.
She's lost it here, unfortunately. But coming away with it is Algonquin and trying to play it in between the fullback and the center back. But nothing really came of it, and it'll be a Durham Algonquin throw-in. Just put out by Wright, who's had a good start just over 3 minutes into this one. Throwing that's a really good find. Just finding the open space for De Cruz, but eventually loses it. Bailey, who turned it over to De Cruz and being pressured hard, but ended up finding the fullback, which is what they need to do. Just work their way out of pressure as they bring it back to the captain tonight, Paige King, for the Algonquin Wolves.
And that's what Vaninga does well. She gets the ball out wide and relieves the press from Durham. Great ball from Dubois there as well.
Yeah, just a little bit hard, allowing the Durham Lords to let that run out of play for their first goal kick of the night. Early instructions is just keeping the intensity up will be huge for Algonquin if they want to put the Durham Lords on their heels and win this game. Get 3 points to start the year. That's nearly a good ball. Wrestling is Dubois. Coming away with it is Algonquin, who's just been tidy defensively early. Sullivan on that left wing for Durham, and she's got the ball a couple of times but hasn't been able to produce anything so far. With Rosh on the other side.
Good ball over the top. This is going to be tough for Durham to deal with.
But they did well. And that's Warlow who just puts it out for a throw. And that's not a bad thing to do in that case. If you can get it up the field, you'd rather that, but don't want to mess about early in this one.
I agree. With your back turned to the opposition's net, getting it out of bounds isn't the worst thing.
Yeah, and in this case scenario, it worked out well as they won a throw-in, sending it up, and went in another throw-in higher up the field, just relieving the pressure. The Durham Lords, under head coach Bruce Cullen, in his third year, expecting to do better things, as they had a good first year under him, making it to the Final Four. But this second year wasn't great as Roberts is on it, takes a shot from way out, it's blocked easily, and Bailey will pick it up. Looking to put it across, couldn't find anyone open, it's turned over. That's a great turn by the striker playing Armstrong, but couldn't get it up to her.
Great header from the back.
Just a little bit of physicality shown by Tulloch, but ended up giving the foul. Getting down the line nearly, and that's a good shield. And it's turned away by Durham, who have it in their own end. Bailey looking for Mikalenka. And that's really good. It just creating time for herself, nearly to Roberts. Bailey tries again, and they can't get it to Roberts again.
See, I like what they did there, getting it into Mikalenka, but she's got to turn and face the other wing. That's what they got to look to do. Get it in the middle so they can spray it out wide. But it's a good start.
Yeah, and they'll be happy with this start. They haven't had much of the ball, but 7 minutes in, just over, they've not really conceded anything, and being tough defensively will be a good hallmark for them as Dubois controls it, gets it into the middle.
The Cruz, great move.
Bailey ends up contesting her, but it'll stay Algonquin's possession. They put it out wide, and there's a little mix-up as Woodcock got a little confused and ended up giving the Durham Lords a throw-in in their end.
Good pressure from Bailey here.
Yeah, Bailey's working hard. Roberts can put the pressure on, and they force a throw-in, but that's the kind of pressure they want. And then a couple of times tonight, they will win the ball, and they will have good chances if they keep pressuring like that. It's good right into the striker's feet. Tried to turn, but it's well defended. Dubois, that's good for Armstrong. And it's going to be out right in the corner for an Algonquin throw-in.
Like Damon was saying before, the press is going to be key for Durham. They got strength and speed up top. But they're going to win that ball. Good win from Mikalenka there.
It'll still be Algonquins, but they forced them back. And now that's a good win. It's Tulloch who plays the ball out wide
It's a good idea.
and just couldn't find Roke. If Roke could have gone on that, they could have been free, and I think that's what Sage Roberts-Thomas is telling them right now. It's the right play. It's just got to be executed a little bit better, and they'll have some chances. That's great by DeCruz. Playing it into her center back. Ended up winning it was Durham, and she had Roberts for a second. Now tries to play her, and the hole closed up, and she looks down in a little bit of pain. And it's DeCruz on the ball with the center back down. Aubin. Out
Garcia.
wide. Dubois. Dubois in the corner. Gets the cross in, and it's cleared out by Mikalenka for a corner kick. And
Garcia's injured.
yeah, that's the captain, Chloe Hercia, who's down with an injury. And Sage Roberts-Thomas is helping her off the field. And that's the last thing you wanted to see if you're a Durham Lords fan, as she looked to be a rock in the back for them this year. And just 10 minutes in to their opening game, it's an injury. Coming in for her will be Laura Antunes, another defender looking to stabilize the back for the Durham Lords.
DeCruz short.
No short. This could be crossed in. It is crossed, then cleared. Put back into the middle and into the hands of the keeper, Katie Sutherland. It's the freshman, Katie Sutherland, who tries to give them that stability at the goalkeeper position, which they haven't had for a while. It's Sage Roberts-Thomas, her real first time on the ball. They get away and just poked it forward, but nobody there. Goalkeeper's ball.
So it looks like Rock shifted over from right back into the center back position after the injury.
So Antoinette went to the right back position.
Antunes is out on the wing right now.
Good defending. Looking for Bailey and then turned over. It's Aubin. Aubin. Good move to get free. Plays it into the middle. It's eventually cleared away. And Bailey gets on top of it. Then in the middle, lost. Just have to regain possession there if you're the Lords. Fighting was Tulloch. It ends up coming away to Algonquin, who have had the majority of the possession early on in this one. Sprayed through. Open chance and a great save for Sutherland, her real first test of the game. And Sutherland comes up 1-0 for Sutherland.
What a key ball there from Vaninga. She came from defense. Oh, and here's a chance for Roberts.
Yeah, it's Sage Roberts-Thomas trying to make a move, get out wide, but can't. Skips out wide for... It's still in, actually. That's what we're hearing from the players. It's good communication as Armstrong has it out wide.
Mikalenka and Armstrong fighting here.
It's a good battle, and Mikalenka will win it. Armstrong still pursuing, but Bailey has it. And then a turnover from Bailey. Aubin is open, but it's great defending.
That's Warlow with the great stop there.
Yeah, Warlow did really well. And a good clearance from the Lords to just relieve some pressure. Roberts has it. Plays it out wide. And then couldn't receive the ball back. It'll go into the hands of the Captain King. Antoinette's ball was nearly through for Roberts, but couldn't make the play. Getting down the line here is Armstrong before that rolls out for a throw-in. Looks like we'll have a substitute here for the Durham Lords.
Fontana's coming in for Sullivan.
Sullivan hasn't had much to do on this side. I got the ball a couple times early, but didn't really make much of it. So now we'll see Fontana, who will check in 14 minutes in to this opener. Ball in the corner, and they just trying to play from out the back. Bailey did well, and now they get it to Fontana. They'll bring it around the back, which is always a safe thing to do. It's making like that's a great ball.
That's what they need to do more of.
Plays it to Fontana. It's a little bit strong, and it'll be a throw-in for Algonquin. We're 1/3 of the way through this first half. And the Durham Lords, they look stable other than that one chance for Algonquin. They've looked good so far. The turn, Mikolinka turned herself out of space and lost the ball. So another throw-in for Algonquin. Bailey nearly won it. Roberts trying to get free. But that's great defending. But before it comes to Fontana, Dubois did well to create space, though. And the turn by DeCruz. They lose the ball on the turn. But now Algonquin, it squirts free for them. Oh, bien. Trying to run onto it. But good defending just to put it out of bounds by Holly Warlaw.
In that situation, Warlow did a great job tracking back, but Rock has to get back quicker. She started her run a little slower. If there were to be a third man run, they would be torched. So Rock just has to be careful of that.
In the corner, pushed away by Tulak. That's a good turn, but it'll come to Mikolenko, who just puts it back out for another throw-in. They're fine relieving this pressure, allowing them to have throw-ins, because there's not really an Algonquin player who's throwing the ball into the box and creating a real threat directly off the throw-in. Thrown in, though, and that's DeCruz on it. And then an offside called. Young and DeCruz have probably been the two best players for me in the middle right now, 17 and 21 on Algonquin, as Bailey plays it to Tulak, trying to play down the line for Antoinette. Figuring that out is DeCruz getting free, and then Antoinette poking it out of bounds for a throw-in. Couple of bounces, and it'll eventually fall to Alexis Bailey, who kicks it to her right back, and up the field it goes. Roberts working hard, but very well done by the Algonquin defense, which is something I think we're going to be saying a lot tonight.
Durham putting a little bit of a press on here. Roberts wins it.
Roberts trying to shake free. Cuts inside and plays it across the 6-yard box. Somebody's got to be there.
Fontana went for the near post run. Should have been looking at the back post run.
Yeah, it's really the only option that Durham had. She just went to a different option, and that's a great play by Calmer. Just no nonsense defending, which is something she's known for at her left back position. Swung around by King. Going to be Mercedes bringing it forward. Tried to play Armstrong over the top. Armstrong plays Dubois. Dubois making a run. It's a race for the ball, which is won by the Durham defender and knocked out of bounds for an Algonquin throw-in in the corner.
Good tracking back there from Rock. Like I said before, she listened when I talked, I guess. And that's just possession thrown away. It's going to be Durham. on the ball. Goal kick here.
Yeah, that's a waste of a play. You don't think it adds up when you make mistakes like that, but when two teams are close together, those are the mistakes that end up mattering. You waste chances, and the other team will capitalize. So not good for Algonquin, good for Durham.
But right as you say that, Durham turns it right back over. Not even really attempting to build up there.
Yeah, that was Heather Wright who put it out. Tulloch and Bailey fight for possession. It's sprung forward for Mercedes. Mercedes taking her time, clearly calm with the ball at her feet. Definitely another highlight of this Algonquin squad. Mercedes plays it
Good press.
into Young, but it's won by Mikalinka. Plays Fontana, has options in the middle, tried to look for them. Mikalinka, that's a great ball out. Can it be won? Fight for possession is won, and it's Durham's. Tried to turn for Bailey. Tulloch will win it.
Good move from the right back.
Mikalinka turning the ball over, and now Fontana winning it, having a shot. It's blocked. Bailey having a go, and it's well wide for a goal kick. But you don't hate the efforts from Durham starting to grow into this one at the 20-minute mark.
What you're going to see Durham start to do right here, they're starting to put a little bit more of a press on here. They started the press from beginning of the game, but they've upped the pressure here.
Yeah, and when pressing, it almost looks like a 4-4-2 as they just won a corner off the press, and head coach Bruce Cullen will love that. As Bailey kind of turns into a second striker to help that press and win the ball.
They go from a 4-3-3 to sort of a 4-4-2 when they're pressing.
Which it's a very common pressing formation because it allows you to cover a lot of the space. As this ball is crossed in, Roberts couldn't get on the end of that. Fights off her man. Bailey couldn't win the corner. Instead, it's a goal kick for Algonquin.
Unlucky from Bailey. Great fight there from Roberts, getting it back out to Bailey, but just couldn't keep it in and get a whip in again.
The goal kick by King, 22 minutes in. Nearly the halfway point in this first half of the season, and we sit at 0-0, which is probably good news for Durham, as they know being solid defensively with a player like Sage, it's always going to bring good results because she can bag a goal as these ladies bump heads.
Bit of a head-on-head collision, but I think both girls are all right. Barlow holding her face a little bit, but no real damage, I don't think. They're going to get it into DeCruz, who's been vital in the middle.
That's sprayed out wide, and Antoinette almost won it, but it's still Algonquin, and Antoinette fighting with Bailey, and they'll end up giving the foul. I thought they would earlier, but she had possession, so they played advantage, but advantage was lost when the ball was turned over. So a free kick in a weird spot. Wouldn't say it's where they would pick on the field. I think it's Jones taking it.
I'd love a back post run here from number 9. Sorry, Bradley. They get it in.
Crossed in and cleared away, and now Alexis Bailey trying to get it free and just relieving the pressure instead of trying to build a counterattack. It'll be Mercedes trying to build quickly. Turned over to Bailey. One to Fontana and then lost. And it's DeCruz. That's beautiful by DeCruz.
Her footwork is very, very well.
Armstrong taking it down the line.
Gets right past
Still going.
Montana.
Armstrong's cross right at the keeper, Sutherland, who's just been tidy. Nothing super extraordinary to do so far, so she hasn't been that. But she's just done everything she's had to. Made the one save and then cleaned up. As this is a turnover, and fighting is Antoinette and winning them a deep throw-in inside enemy territory. Take it will be right. For an option, finds Bailey, plays back to right, and winning another throw-in. You just wonder what could they draw up from a spot like this to get them a good look. It's a ball into Roberts. Tipped around. They got to get rid of it. And they do. And it's the Cruz looking for options. Great ball. Free. Great pass. Oh, bien. And then it's tipped. And well
offside,
done. But it was offside regardless. Nobody knew the flag was going to go up. But the flag is up. Sutherland did well again, along with Roque, who did really well to win the ball there because she didn't know that the flag was up. So just doing her best, tipping it to Sutherland.
In Algonquin's case there, I'd love to see Jones have a little bit more guile and have a go on net there. She's in on goal. No need to pass. Test the keeper.
And that's a bad turnover. Armstrong looking for Aubier and Jones.
Great fight from Roque.
Yeah, Roque did really well. Bailey sends it over for Antoinette. Can she keep it in? She couldn't. I thought from here, I'm very far away, but I thought she did. So it must have been really close. It's a good battle. But now you're starting to see Algonquin creep in and create plays. So you got to shut it down. Look for the first goal of the game. Bailey did well in a battle. It's still clean. Bailey to Mikalinka. Tulak. Mikalinka just not on the same page with Sage and cleared away easily. I think midway through the season, if they're on the same page, just connecting on all the plays, that could have been a real chance, but we're 27 minutes into the season and they're not firing on all cylinders right now.
Mikalinka is probably Roberts' best friend when it comes to being on the field. The way that she plays the ball in and Roberts' runs, it's going to be key if those two can click together like they did 2 seasons ago.
Mercedes plays it out wide for Dubois. Pressured, but still just breaking that pressure and playing Armstrong down the line where it'll trickle out for a throw-in for the Durham Lords.
Armstrong's been very good at receiving the ball here, but Calmette's been good at shutting it down at the left back position for Durham.
Off the throw-in. Not doing anything silly, just switching the play.
And this is what I want to see better from Roque, and that was a good ball. A little risky, but it was a smart play. Armstrong wins it, though.
Armstrong plays it back to Mercedes. Takes her time and plays it into the middle. Armstrong loses out, but it'll just fall right to her teammate, Mercedes.
I like the repress from Calmette there after losing it, though.
That's Aubien. Works down the line. Couldn't beat Tulak. She wants it. She'll get it. It's a Durham Lords throw-in. Which is really well worked by Tulak.
Good flick on there, but just unlucky. Went out of bounds.
That's exactly what they're looking for. The flick on. Hopefully find Thomas Roberts, but wasn't able to execute on that play. Sub coming for Algonquin. Checking in will be number 11, Danica Matter.
For Armstrong.
And then Armstrong will come out. I thought she's had a okay start to the game, but just trying to get a different look at this winger position.
Yeah, Calmette's been playing good defense. Maybe a different look could be good for Algonquin. Looks like she's playing more of a attacking mid position, I'd say. Maybe like a 10.
Could put a cross in. It's Jones playing OBA. Mikalenka turned it away.
Great spin.
Spin. Trying to free up space. DeCruz on it. For Young, couldn't find her and lost out and then won it back. That's amazing by DeCruz. Slips free for Jones. Jones has a go and it'll go wide. But a tip and a corner for Algonquin.
Great job from DeCruz there, showing yet again why we've brought her name up so many times. Losing the ball and winning it back and playing an amazing ball into Jones, who took a good strike. And that's what I want to see more from Jones. Actually taking her chances.
This is Jones on the corner kick.
Yep.
Looking for runners. Jones into the box. That's a good ball. Half clearance. And now full clearance. Grabbed by the Sutherland. And now they could counterattack. Sutherland looking for options. Spraying it out left. Not really finding anybody. It's good play by Dubois. Mercedes, and they'll ring it around the back. Algonquin is just keeping possession. And they've had the majority of it for this first half an hour. Mercedes out to Dubois. Back to Mercedes. It's good play in between the lines. But eventually won for a Durham throw-in.
Good touch from Bailey. Plays it back. Roke.
Good
It's
look
a bit
for
of
the
a
keeper.
scary chance.
Nearly turned over to Jones. Jones has it. Looking for DeCruz. DeCruz wins it. Shuffling away. Looked for Young. Bailey just the no-nonsense clearance, which we've seen a couple times. Not even thinking about anything other than getting the ball out of there. This is Jones down the line. It's a great throw-in. Then played out for a dangerous throw-in if they could muster something up.
Algonquin started the game coming down their right side a bit more, using their right wing Armstrong. But they've gone over to Jones here on the left side. And I've seen more of Tate, the number 6 for Algonquin.
That's a good ball in. Could they find somebody? And there's an offside call in the corner. It's just a mistake you shouldn't make, going offside in such a tight area. Because that ball was really enticing, but we never got to see it come to fruition. Ball's back in for Durham as it's Roke. Picks her head up and plays it, but just not a good enough ball, and then eventually a clearance into the path of Dubois.
Like I said with the captain, the center back, sorry, it was Hercia. I want to see Roke play with the ball from the back a little bit better.
Let's put out for an Algonquin throw-in, and they're just getting the ball in dangerous positions. Waiting to cross it into the box, potentially. DeCruz, great turn. DeCruz plays Young. Young lifts it towards goal, but it's an easy catch for Sutherland. Sutherland, that's not a good drop kick. But then Obiang's ball was just a little too slow. And then a bad turnover from Durham. DeCruz hits it off of Mikalenka. DeCruz can have a go. And it's a great save. The rebound's still loose. And out for a corner kick. A great stop by Sutherland. Ball hit Mikalenka's face and kind of lost focus for a second because of it. Letting DeCruz go free and have a shot.
Great strike from DeCruz. Very good attempt.
Just so close to beating Sutherland, but she made a great save.
And the kids are going crazy. Louis the Lord is out right now, giving out T-shirts.
Ball into the box. Tipped around. Right in the 6-yard box. Cleared by Roberts. Then a shot. That's a tough challenge. Referee says no foul. Tulloch looking to keep it in. She couldn't. There was no need as it was Durham's ball.
Great 50-50 there from Bailey and DeCruz. I thought DeCruz was going to have yet another go on Sutherland, but Bailey shut that down.
Not a great clearance as Mikalenka can't control. DeCruz could have another go. Skips out. Inside. That's great by Colmer. The ball for Roberts neatly dealt with by Mercedes.
They haven't found Roberts in a long time. It's been all Algonquin for the past little bit. Great flick on there.
That ball ended skipping free. Big chance for Algonquin. The shot. Another save by Sutherland. Rebound just wide of the goal.
What a great chance from Tate. She had 2 goes at it, but Sutherland shutting the door yet again. Great job from Sutherland.
Yeah, Sutherland's been impressive in this first half, as it looks like we will see Abigail Roberts check in, and it'll be Heather Wright coming out. So I think that's a like-for-like swap at right back, I believe.
Yep.
As I don't think they've liked how she's done against Jones. Jones has been really dynamic in the last 15 minutes or so.
Jones and Tate have been doing a very good job out left. Mikalenka just missed the ball. Hopefully her getting hit in the face doesn't throw her off her game too much.
Good. Let's just hope that's not a problem, as Roberts couldn't win it. It's Jones down the line again. 1v1 defending for Durham to do. Aubien could have a go. Aubien, and sends it just over the goal. But now Algonquin's starting to build and build. Durham can take their time in possession. About 8 minutes left in this half.
Great job from Roke there. That's what I was talking about, just getting it out to your wingback. Mikalenka's got DeCruz on her.
That's good. Roke. Great ball if
Fontana
can turn, but DeBow did really well. And now it's Mercedes. Super Calm plays it all the way back. The King swinging it around. That's just both center backs working really hard to make smart plays, and it's King again.
What I like about Algonquin is they're using their goalie to play out from the back. Something that we don't see Durham do.
DeBow. Hard work. DeBow can't keep it in. I think that went out, and it did. I don't know if the coach of the Algonquin Wolves agreed with that decision, but I'm not going to agree with everything.
Bailey shows herself up as an option, but they play Roke out back.
Roke can swing it. That's Warlow. Plays it out wide.
Nice job playing it out the back there.
It's Roberts to Bailey. Bailey, that's great play. It springs Antoinette. Making a run. Thomas Roberts can work hard to get on this. Antoinette and Roberts combining, keeping it in. Thomas Roberts has a look, looks up, but loses it. She had Mikalenka for a second, couldn't make a play.
Antoinette's good ball in. No.
Thomas Roberts. They could have done much better than what they did.
Mikulika has to demand that next time from Roberts. Wide open at the top of the box. I thought she would have had a great chance to score. Roke.
And
Just
a bad
missed
play.
header.
Aubin. And it's popped out for a corner. Corner kick. I think it's going to be taken by Young. Crossed in, and it just skipped through everybody. Nobody got a touch. And it's Mercedes to Jones. Freed up by Durham and then cleared out. It stays in, actually, and it's Antoinette. Playing Fontana. And if Bailey had her head on a swivel, she might have had a chance at it, but it's Mercedes again for Algonquin. DeBow. Colmer doing really well. DeBow had an option, but Tulloch snuffed it out.
Like I said before, Clement's been amazing at left back. It was great pressure there on Dubois. Dubois back on it again here, though.
DeBow. That's great. But Sutherland gets there in time. Just been so calm as a keeper, making some great saves. That ball to Mikulinka, who had a time to take a touch, didn't. Aubin. Jones. Big chance. Big shot. 1-0. Algonquin lead. The flag stays down. And the team who went 7-2-1 last year has a lead right before halftime with just over 3 minutes to go in this first half. The Durham Lords did really well for a long time, but eventually they crack at the hands of Samantha Jones.
Samantha Jones took her chance there. Unlike before, like I criticized her for, she really took her chance there and finished past Sutherland. This all sprung from an unlucky turnover from Mikulika and then just not having numbers back.
A ball through to Antoinette to restart play is a goal kick. That's Durham just would have loved to get into halftime tied 0-0, but now they trail, and it just feels like a mountain to climb with the shots being 6-1 in favor of Algonquin.
If you're Durham, you just need to forget about the mistake that happened, regroup, go into halftime down a goal or possibly tie it up here with the press, and just come out stronger in the second.
Lift it up and breaking through that center back. Working hard, and Dubois comes away with it. And now it's poked out eventually. It'll be an Algonquin throw-in with Dubois to take. Mater was in a fight. It's Dubois on it. De Cruz. Just great turn, but couldn't pick her head up and find somebody. Now it's Thomas Roberts. And couldn't break free. Thomas Roberts on it again. Fighting. Trying to draw a foul. Couldn't. It's DeBow.
I didn't think there was anything in that.
Mater.
Great tackle from Mikulika. Amazing job putting her body on the line there. And she won a throw for Durham, sorry.
That's winning plays right there. By Mikulinka, who made the mistake and now trying to make up for it. So a throw in for Durham. Mikulinka turned it over. Mater looking for Jones. Couldn't find her. Bailey will come free with it. Lifted up Mercedes. Turn Jones. That's a foul called in an okay spot for Algonquin.
Roke went right through her. There's going to be some talking from the ref. Roke's been playing a little bit reckless on the balls that have been coming in, but no card shown.
Standing over it. Looks like it's going to be Jones. I think it's going to be a cross. There's just not really an angle for a right footer to put a shot on unless the goalkeeper is out of position just banking on a throw or a cross.
If you're Algonquin here, you're looking for Bradley at the back post if I'm Jones. I'd love to see Bradley get around back post run here.
Jones, the ball, and it's on target, off the crossbar, and eventually cleared away by Antoinette.
Great strike from Jones there. She's been having a great first half here. I would have loved Antoinette to take that out next time maybe and not just boot it up, but better safe than sorry in some situations.
Yeah, and us going into added time, maybe just try and get into the half only down one instead of potentially turning the ball over in a dangerous spot. So both sides of the coin on that play, but you'll live with the decision she made. It's king. Just wonder if they're going to go for a second before half, or are they fine with one? Playing out from the back, and that's one thing we want to see Durham do, but Algonquin's doing it so well, and it's just tiring out Thomas Roberts, you can tell.
Looks like Durham doesn't really have enough in the tank to press here, except Thomas Roberts digging a little deeper.
DeVoe, and Mikalinka comes away with it.
Nice attempt
Tried
from
the
Fontana.
ball for Bailey, but it's DeVoe again.
I would have liked Fontana to play that a little more wider.
Mikalinka did well, and she'll win the ball as well. Ball rolls out for an Algonquin throw. We don't have the information on how much added time there is, but you would assume this half is coming to a conclusion. As that's put out. Another throw in for Algonquin. Throw-in will be Mercedes, who plays it down the line. Calmer wins it. It's a great play by Calmer. It's good by Fontana. And it's halftime. Between the Durham Lords and the Algonquin Wolves, a late goal in this first half gives Algonquin the lead. As we'll be back for the second half in this OCAA opener. Thank you. We'll see you in a little bit.
We've come a long way since our doors first opened. Though our beginnings were modest, our vision was bold. With each passing decade, we grew. Times changed, and we adapted. We evolved, and we delivered. Market-driven programs that get our grads jobs. Seamless support services that wrap around our students. Sustainable practices that protect our earth. For the past 10 years, our mission ensured that the student experience came first at Durham College. But we've reached a tipping point. As we reflect on all we've accomplished and look closely at where we stand, it's clear. We're not just putting the student experience first, we're reinventing it. What's happening on our campuses, across our communities, and around the globe is a DC-grown and led transformation of the way we learn, the way we teach, the way we work, live, and lead. The many paths to post-secondary education merge and weave in so many new ways, and our approach to delivering that education, advanced learning that innovates, inspires, and changes lives, is just as varied. We are shaping this transformation shoulder to shoulder, heads down while working hard, but always with clear eyes on the future. This is our stake in the ground. We are DC, and together, we are leading the way. We've come a long way since our doors first opened. Though our beginnings were modest, our vision was bold. With each passing decade, we grew. Times changed, and we adapted. We evolved, and we delivered. Market-driven programs that get our grads jobs. Seamless support services that wrap around our students. Sustainable practices that protect our earth. For the past 10 years, our mission ensured that the student experience came first at Durham College. But we've reached a tipping point. As we reflect on all we've accomplished and look closely at where we stand, it's clear. We're not just putting the student experience first, we're reinventing it. What's happening on our campuses, across our communities, and around the globe is a DC grown and led transformation.
Welcome back to the OCAA opener for the Durham Lords and Algonquin Wolves. We have the Algonquin Wolves leading 1-0 at halftime. The Durham Lords look to bounce back after a weird half. The half started with them playing pretty poor, then they played well, and then they played pretty poor for the rest of the half. So let's see if they can find that good spell and withstand it for 45 minutes. Sage Thomas Roberts to do the kickoff.
Looks like they're stacking up on this side. Mikalika playing a long ball for Bailey, but Roberts has it. Oh. They just couldn't get onto it.
Jones trying to turn. Finds that's Dubois, sorry. That's Bailey. Fights it to Tulloch. Nearly a good ball for Roberts. It's Bailey who has it and just takes her time.
Fontana out on the right wing.
Fontana. Cuts back, finds Mikalinka. Mikalinka crosses it, and it's cleared as far as Bailey. Then it's O'Bennett who grabs the ball. Fighting in the corner and coming away with it will be Algonquin. He'll take their time. Be Mercedes, who can build out from the back, which has been their main strategy. It's King. He'll whip it out to Woodcock. Great job by Mikalinka fighting as Roberts. Putting her on the floor. Be a foul on Sage.
Interesting call. I thought she was already going down, and Sage just put a little bit more body onto her, but I think it was a good call nonetheless.
King to Mercedes. Dubois.
Good
Pressure
press
from Durham will win them. No. Turns out it was tipped out by the Durham Lords. It'll be a goal kick. Thought it was a corner kick, but guess my eyes deceived me.
What you see is Durham forcing the center backs to play their way, the way that they want them to, which is out wide, which is why Algonquin's going with a long kick here to open this one up. It's a smart strategy. You pin them in the corner, and then you don't let them out of there.
And it's King's ball. Flicked up. Jones can't get onto that. Mikalinka trying to play calm. It's Tulloch through the ref's legs. And that ball is over the head of the Durham Lords defender.
Broke.
Figured it out. Playing to Sutherland, who had a really good first half. Despite conceding a goal, probably my Durham Lords player of the match, as that's turned over inside the box and eventually cleared. Bailey, kind of a neat flick. Don't know if she did that on purpose. Fighting and winning it. Mikalenka played it forward, just has to be a little calmer on the ball. Bailey wanted a foul. I think I agree with her on that occasion.
Yeah, I agree too. It was a good battle until De Cruz went right through Bailey, but Mikalenka sort of kicked the possession away, which I believe is why they did not call the foul.
Mercedes to DeBow. Back to Mercedes, but this pressure is still good.
What you see is Anton S. playing on the left wing this half instead of the right wing.
And Tulok had a shot, and it just skips by. But it'll be a goal kick regardless.
I don't know. We're kind of far, but it looked a little like she touched it, but
Refs got a better point of view, so we'll leave the decision making to him.
yes, we will. Let's see what they go with here. The press has been working well, and they go with Tulok has to step there on 17.
Let's Tate on the far side. So she was on the left side, but switch sides.
A lot of tactic switches here. Fontana and Antoinette switched. And
Tate and Dubow.
Yeah.
Sent up the field and not handled really well. Thought it should have been a handball. No call. Sage wanted that, and the press is on as King has it. Puts
Great
Mercedes
press.
in a bad spot. Bailey working hard, wins a throw-in, but it's going to be for Algonquin. But I think that's a win for the Durham Lords if they can put them back there.
Ref is having a talk with Sage. Sage was very animated after the no handball call. Ref's just telling Sage, let's calm it down in here a bit.
What do you think about the first 5 minutes for the Durham Lords?
I think the Durham Lords have been playing amazing. They might not have had all the possession, but their press has been the reason that Algonquin has just been hemmed in their own end. I haven't seen Algonquin in their own end, and that was a foul from Cal May. But I believe the Durham Lords are having a great first half to open up.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think they have to sustain it, because if they don't, they'll just go back to being, we'll look back and it'll just be one of those good spells they had. They got to keep this going.
Mikalenka can win this. This could be good. Touches it to Bailey. I agree. They had that spurt in the first half. Play Fontana out wide. But Fontana touches out.
Couldn't control it, and it'll be a throw-in for Algonquin.
But like you were saying before, they had the spell. I feel like they might get tired from the press, and that's why they sort of go dry, and they let Algonquin have pressure and get up into their end. But we'll see if they can sustain it. Great ball.
It's good through for Jones. Jones trying to make a move. It'll be Algonquin throw-in enemy territory. They could take their time taking this, as they're not the team that needs a goal. But they would love to get an insurance just in case something crazy happens. Dubow or De Cruz wiggled through until foul by.
I don't think there wasn't much into that, but the ref thought otherwise. They called that on Bailey.
Was that on Bailey?
Yep. I thought it was a clean fight, but the ref has a different vantage point.
Yeah, I thought if they would call it on anybody, it would be Fontana, but the call on Bailey, it's a strange one, and
puts him in a good chance here. Last time Jones had a free kick, she hit the crossbar. It was a great strike. We'll see what she does here.
yeah, I think, again, this should be a cross, but if she fancies herself, then why not? Jones. Crosses it in. That's a dangerous ball, but Sutherland is there. Need to have runners in that area.
I feel like that was more of a targeted shot. You know what Fred VanVleet says? Bet on yourself.
Ball played through by Antoinette. Sage trying to run onto it. Mercedes just pops it out for a throw-in. You know, and I would agree with Fred VanVleet considering he's an NBA champion.
And an all-star.
So Durham with the throw-in in a good spot. They can get a good opportunity off this. This is Bailey. The cross doesn't really work by Kalma.
And Durham Lords are going to have a free kick. If you were Algonquin, you'd have Jones take this one. But here's Bailey. I know Bailey has a great strike here. It's just up to Bailey if Bailey's going to go for it or if she's going to cross it in for the back post. You got tall players like Roque.
Yeah,
You got Roberts, who's tough.
I think you really got to find Roque. Or just like a poacher like Sage, who can get their foot on the end of this. If it bounces, that's the key for Algonquin, not letting this ball bounce because you know Sage will be all over it. Bailey in. That's a great ball, actually. Looked like one until it curved out for a goal kick.
In a situation like that, I look for Cal May at the front post. Bailey, she might not get it all the way into the back post from that far, and you look for a front post tough runner like Cal May, which she almost got onto it until the ball curved out of bounds.
Be King to kick it in off the goal kick. It's played short side. And Sage, it's Thomas Roberts getting down the line. 1-on-1. Sage couldn't bump her way through.
It's going to be an Algonquin throw-in.
Good and calm by Aubin. And cleared just to Mikolenka. Plays Thomas Roberts through, but just a little bit too much on it for King to get it first.
It's a good idea from Mikolenka, though. That's a great place to put the ball, right in between the defense and the goalie. See if someone wants to put their head onto this. Mikolenka wins it.
Wins the second ball. It's chipped back over, and Jones will run. It's a good header out wide. Well done. Fontana, who eventually turned it over, and then that'll be a Algonquin throw-in.
Someone who's been having a really good game, Warlow at center back. She's been really holding it down.
Yeah.
I like the way that she's been playing out of the back as well.
And we haven't really had to say her name much, considering she's just been sturdy.
Yeah. And you like that in a player sometimes. You don't want to mention their name too much.
Especially a defender.
Yes.
It's Jones cuts outside and eventually loses the battle. With Roque. Still hemmed in the corner are the Lords, so they'll get another another throw-in, excuse me. It's Fontana trying to work out of this tight space. A young fighting Bailey eventually away with it. It's Thomas Roberts. They take it down and try and turn. And eventually winning a foul. Sage did really well. This could be played earlier. Like get higher up the field, but Mikolenka sends it forward. That's a great ball. Could Thomas Roberts get on top of that? No.
Great effort from Mikolenka. Great ball. The composure from the Algonquin goalie. Great job.
Yeah, that's the reason why she's the captain. Showing it there. Warlock fought. Eventually won. Mikolenka heads it forward. Tulak. That's a good ball. Antoinette's running. Space down the line. Antoinette's just a first-time cross, mixing up. Was Mercedes. They eventually get it away. DeCruz sent it forward. Aubin. Down the line. Can she find her target? No.
Great job from Calme dropping back there. And good job from Warlow not letting Aubin turn and just play it right away. And forcing her back a little and getting her troops back.
Played out, and it'll be Durham's throw in this time. So that's really well defended. Just put some pressure on, make Algonquin put it out of bounds. This ball will slide its way out, but just getting the throw in higher up the pitch for Algonquin instead of down low in their corner. Taking their time getting this in is Algonquin. Throw will be about near the blue line into Durham's final third. It'll be another throw in Durham's final third. Throw in. Aubin nearly won the corner, but it'll be a goal kick for the Lords as they look to build something. So looks like we will see Isabel Sullivan again. I didn't see who came off.
It was Fontana.
But so a like-for-like sub out at right wing.
Sullivan started this one, but Fontana came in approximately 30 minutes in.
Calmer. And then it's just not very good by Antoinette, which should be dealt with. But they should be still running down that line. And yet, it's a throw-in for Algonquin. It's the mini mistakes. Fighting his Roke. Aubin wins it. Aubin shakes free. Could put across and skipped inside. Aubin still going and can't fight through a defender.
Calme, great job getting back there and stopping the initial attack, and then Roke getting through on the second one. Great job from both of them.
Yeah, Calme's had a very good game, I would say. And it's Bailey. And tried to track forward, taken down. Could be a yellow card.
Yeah, I'd say that's a yellow card. In transition, bit of a dirtier tackle. No card given out. A little lenient from the ref. I would have liked to seen a card give out.
Yeah, set a precedent, but the referee is just playing it safer, I guess, being lenient, as you said. So we'll see no card and just a free kick with Calme taking it. Very good clearance by DeCruz. Antoinette pokes it out. It's an Algonquin throw now.
After the first few minutes, it was all Durham, pressing and everything. But it's sort of just been in the middle of the field. Roke puts out one for a throw-in.
Algonquin in a dangerous spot. Just over 15 minutes in to this second half. So we've reached the hour mark and a little bit more in this contest. And it's just heating up. We don't have a winner yet. It's Aubin. It's crossed in. Jones could get on top of that. No. Cleared. That's very good. And it's Calme.
I'd like to say great job from Warlow, heading that ball out and then clearing it a second time.
Yeah, Warlow and Roke have been really good. Other than the one leading to the goal, which I don't even know if you could put it on them.
I don't think so
Came
either.
from out wide. They've just been very solid. It's another throw-in for Algonquin as they bring on the pressure, and we haven't seen much of that Durham press that started off this second half. Seems they faded into playing defensively again. Down the line for Jones. Jones turns and wrapped around for an Algonquin throw in.
Tate's gonna look to take this quick with Roke down.
Obey. Popped it, and it'll lead to an Algonquin corner kick. And these are always big. Big chances, big moments. Can they capitalize and double their lead? With just under 27 minutes to play.
You got the big head with Bradley in there. Bradley can always stir something up. You're going to put Jones and Bradley sandwiching the keeper.
And you'll have like late runners like Woodcock, but could it be dealt with? Antoinette gets rid of it.
Great job from Antoinette there.
And just relieves a little bit of the pressure, but it's still Algonquin on the front foot. Which is not where Durham wants to be, considering they are down 1-0. Header by Antoinette. Gives them a little bit of relief. That's good, but eventually won by Algonquin, and they just kick it up. Obey, fighting. That should be a foul. It is a foul. Durham Lord's head coach did not agree with that, and we heard it from up here in the press box.
Jones could take this quick, possibly.
Jones setting up. Looks like she'll take it. She hit the crossbar earlier, like you mentioned. Can she find a moment? Jones on the free kick. Just wide. Not a bad kick at all by Jones. Samantha Jones went to Sir Wilford Laurier in her 3rd season in the OCAA. A turnover. It's Young. Down the line. Can this be won? Algonquin. That's just great. It's Algonquin throwing. And the best defense is offense, as they just don't allow Durham to get any of the ball.
We haven't really said much about the Durham's forwards as of late. They haven't really gotten any possession.
It's cleared by Tulloch. Eventually out for another throw-in. We had a throw-in count for Algonquin. I think it would be near in triple digits. It's Tulloch sending it forward. Thomas Roberts running onto it. Mercedes gets back. Thomas Roberts using her body. And a foul call as it went slightly into the back.
Thomas Roberts, known for that play, using the body. And this time...
And I thought it was clean.
The ref and Roberts, Thomas Roberts, have had a little bit of exchange this game. So possibly a little...
Yeah, they just had another disagreement on a call. So we'll see how close they are to getting into the booking. And Obey skips by. Obey is free. Poke. Goal. Obey doubles their lead. 21 minutes in to the second half. Obey, the striker, the number 9, her number 25, and her first goal of the season.
It was an all-or-nothing swing from Warlow, and it was just unlucky. O'Bank just poked it by and in on goal. Not much you can do.
Yeah, it's a mistake by Warlow, and we said she was having a great game, and then she goes and does that. Maybe it's the commentator's curse, but whatever it is, it's a 2-0 Algonquin lead with 22 minutes to go.
Armstrong subbing in here. She's taking off Veninga.
So Armstrong, that's not a like-for-like sub, as Armstrong is usually higher up the field.
But they brought Armstrong up a little more, and they dropped Dubois back a little bit, I believe. No, they dropped Tate back. I'm sorry. Good run here.
Getting down the line, trying to make something happen, and it'll go out for an Algonquin throw in the corner. Thomas Roberts fighting, and eventually it's just a goal kick. And it's another disagreement that they're having with the referee. So what do you think about Durham so far, and how do you think this fares for the season? This is one of the better teams in OCAA that they're facing, and they haven't been at their best, but they've had spells of good play.
First of all, what a great touch from DeCruz. But second of all, I'd like to say Durham has been played. They've been playing very well. You're playing a tough team like Algonquin, and you've come out. You've given up 2 unlucky goals, I'd say.
That's a good move. And we're having a 3-on-3 Aubin and missed it. Jones tried to go in and it's cleared.
Kyle May, another great clear.
Fighting is Sullivan. Continue with your point.
Sorry, where was I? I was saying Durham's been playing good. You play a tough team like Algonquin, there's going to be some mistakes and there's going to be some moments of greatness. But they've held it to sort of a minimum. It's been 2 goals. They just haven't really had much in the way of offense. Their press has been good at times, but I would like to see it more consistently. Possibly bring on a different sub or 2. Maybe get some fresh legs in there. But other than that, they've been playing quite well against a tough team.
It's Armstrong playing it in. That's good by a good clearance. And it just the clearance is good. And Algonquin get to do it all over again as there's nobody forward. Sitting in nearly like a low block for Durham.
What we haven't seen much of is Durham playing it through the middle of this half. We haven't really seen...
That's poked forward and grabbed by Sutherland.
We haven't really seen Mikalika get the ball and spray the ball out wide or up to Roberts like we normally have. But right as I say that, Mikalika
sends it up just over the head of Sage. And it's the Cruz. Taking her time, lifting it over for Armstrong. Can Armstrong win that? No. It's a Durham throw-in and another great play by Durham's number 5. Bailey trying to run onto it. Does. Couldn't skip by, and that's great defending by Bradley.
Louis the Lord back out again, giving out T-shirts. The kids love him.
Louis the Lord, can he inspire something for the Durham Lords as there's a sub coming?
That's Lily Whitebread. She's making her first appearance on the season. And I believe it's Antoinette coming out of the game.
Yep, the hometown girl from Oshawa, Ontario. Mostly known as a striker, so we'll see what position she plays alongside Sage. Where she does play, Sage trying to rip through, looked like a foul, but we'll keep going. It skipped over Bailey's leg. That could have been an opportunity. Now it is the other way.
And Sage is down.
Jones going. That's 2 tackles in 1. It's Tulloch. Sage still down.
Roke, great composure there.
And clear it up. And that's where Sage would be, but she was down because of the injury, and it just leaves Jones wide open. Has a shot. It goes well wide of the goal.
Let's see who's coming in here for Algonquin. Number 19, it's going to be Charlize Baker.
Charlize Baker in. I believe that is Young out. So that's Jasmine Young coming out for Algonquin. So a like-for-like sub. played from out the back, and then cleared up to Sullivan, who tried to tip it away. It's Bailey fighting, and she hurt herself. And she's down in pain, and now it's played through. Jones. Well worked by Roke. Now a shot maybe right at Sutherland, and Bailey hobbling. We could hear the yell, and now there's a player down for.
Looks like a cramp. Looks like a cramp in the thigh area.
Yeah, for Algonquin, it's O'Bang, their striker, who has a goal on the night. And the trainer will come out. And just the trainer is out fixing the cramp. We have about 16 minutes plus added time in this one. And it looks like we will have a sub. Heather Wright will come in. And Rogue will come out. We're hearing that Abigail Roberts will come in and play center back instead of Rogue. So moving Heather Wright to right back. Looks like O'Bang is walking it off. Doesn't look like too big of a problem. Let's hope not.
She's hobbling just a little bit, but I think it's a cramp, so she'll.
Yeah, the sub has been made, so we will see Hannah Parks for her first appearance this season. And it'll be Sutherland on the ball. Checking in at 15 minutes left in this, plus added time. Sutherland lifts it up. And did nobody on the second ball. Dubois to Jones. Opening up, but that's great. By Abigail Roberts.
Great job sweeping it up. DeCruz has been sort of quiet, but a nice little skill move there. Tulloch did push her over there.
Yeah, definitely a foul. It'll be in an okay spot, and it'll be Jones who'll take it.
Too far for her to think about it, right?
Yeah, this will be a whip in. You'd hope to the back post, but you could see a DeCruz front post.
If you're Durham, you need to have some offense forward.
Ball is in. Great ball to the back post. Tipping around in the box and eventually half cleared. As far as Armstrong. Who's on the line and can put it back in. Armstrong. Dance. Plays it back. Parks fighting to Armstrong. Fake.
Good
Top of the
ball.
box. And then cleared away by Mikalenka.
No nonsense from Mikalenka.
In and cleared by Warlock. That's really good.
Great job getting back from Sullivan, I believe. Sage can win this. Oh.
Fighting and
Sage went right through her back. Ref tells her to just relax a little.
played through. There's a chance here. And then a push. Yeah, we saw that. It'll be Durham Lord's ball on a free kick.
They called offside first. Sorry.
Oh, offside.
Yellow card coming out for the Algonquin coach. I believe it's an assistant, though.
Yeah, and there's just a lot of chatter coming from that side. And I believe they're right in saying that Sage did go through, but Algonquin still had the ball. There was no need to call a foul, so it's just a little confusing why they continue to go over and over again.
I believe it was Steve Ball receiving that yellow card. It's going to be his first of the season. But to your point, I think you got to stand up for your player a little bit.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but not so much that you have to get a caution.
I agree.
In a game you're winning and close to the ceiling here if they can get another one.
I agree.
This is poked back and King sends it forward. Sullivan working hard.
Nicoleka takes it down.
Played it down the line. It'll be an Algonquin throw in. Nearing the final 10 minutes in this one. We'll see how much added time we get, considering there were a couple injuries and a goal. Would assume a couple of minutes, especially if this is still at a 2-goal game. Blinka sent it forward. Sage running onto it. Keeps it in and right at the goalie. Probably the best chance of Durham Lords' night comes on a close range but not a very good angle shot.
Yeah, it was a bit of an awkward angle. I didn't really think it had too much of a chance, but it was still a good effort from Sage.
This is being walked forward, and Sullivan did really well. Can run onto it, but King can just let this.
I like the way Sullivan's been
out.
playing after subbing in here for Fontana.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of fire being put on the bench for like half an hour. Wanting to earn that permanent starting spot.
They're going to go long here. Durham's press has sort of been useless considering Algonquin's been going long here. But that's a good sign for Durham's press. They fear the press, so they have to go long. Nobody contests for the header.
It's tipped around and eventually poked free, and it's going to be tough for the Durham defender who does well. And it's Warlow who does really well.
Yet again, Warlow, we bring her name up.
Made the mistake on the second goal, but other than that, been very tidy. And against a good team like Algonquin, it's tough to be that tidy and not make a single mistake. Sage pressure.
This is where they have to press here.
King, they play it back out. This has to be Sullivan. And Sullivan does
Good win
it.
from Sullivan.
Sage fighting, and it's just put out. And it'll be a Durham throw-in, and that's what the press does. Wins them the ball deep in their opponent's end.
You don't hate that from Sullivan. You get a throw-in for Durham.
And it's Sullivan into the box, dealt with by King, the captain. Well done. Snuffing out any danger. King boots it forward over the head of DeCruz. Bailey takes it down. Sends it to Sullivan. Not a bad ball. Sullivan. And what's the call?
Handball there.
Handball. So it's going to be a free kick in a great spot.
It's going to be a yellow.
A yellow card.
I believe it was accidental. I don't truly understand the yellow, but ref's got a different thought process than me. Great effort.
Bailey standing on top of this. Getting ready to deliver a ball that could edge them closer back into this game. With 7 minutes to go. Four in the wall. Was that 4? Yeah, 4 in the wall for Algonquin. They know this could be dangerous. Could have a go. Or could cross it in.
I'd watch
wonder what angle.
Front post runner here.
Yeah.
Sullivan's been having a good one, but you could also see Sage get onto it back post here.
It's crossed in. That's a good ball. Not cleared. Still not cleared. Sullivan shot blocked. Rebound. Cleared as far as Bailey. Will look to put it back in. Fighting in the corner and just putting it out for a goal kick. So nothing comes from a scramble in the box for Durham. Is it going to be their night at all if you can't score off that? Would have put them right back into this game with 7 minutes to go. Plenty of time to get a second. But now, time fading away. Not on their side. The 12th player on this Algonquin team. Sullivan. Sage fighting. Sage has a go, and it's a good save by King. And a man down.
That's a head injury.
Yeah, head injury. It's great. Bradley who's down.
It was a good effort from Sage after, but it was a 50-50. Looks like Bradley must have taken an arm possibly to the head.
Yeah. The trainer's out, and this will probably mean more added time as Durham start to grow into this one really, really late. With a couple of shots, they would like as much extra time as possible. But not if it means wasting the valuable regular minutes they have left. There's only 6 of them. Just counting down. Shots are 8-3 in this OCAA matchup between the Algonquin Wolves and the Durham Lords. The Algonquin Wolves lead 2-0 in the 84th minute. Bradley still down.
Bradley's going to be able to walk off on her own, which is a good sign.
Still holding her head. We don't want to speculate ever. Of course, we hope she's okay, as she had a great game. We hope it's not serious at all. Checking in now.
It's going to be Kayla Latimer. We're going to do some shuffling around. It looks like DeCruz might go to center back here.
Yeah, and it's not uncommon to see a midfielder pop into center back when needed.
Oh, no, sorry. It's going to be Tate's going to be in the center back.
Tate. So it looks like they've gone to a 3 at the back.
Yeah.
With Armstrong and DeBow playing those 2 wing back positions. So 5-3, depending on offense and defense. Going forward is Baker. Now it's Tate. Could play Armstrong. Does play Armstrong. Ball doesn't get through. Gonna keep it in his 2-lock. And a throw in for Durham. Gotta go quick if you want to come back. Would be one of the better comebacks you probably see all year if they could pull it off. They've shown flashes of being in this game, but for I'd say about 70 of the 86 minutes so far, it's been all Algonquin.
Sullivan's got to use her speed here.
Sullivan fighting with DeBow. Eventually cleared away. That's great by Roberts. Bailey turning. Playing 2-lock. Forward for Sullivan, but it's popped away. Taking their time, and taking their time was a mistake. Bailey plays Sage and hit in the face. Referee doesn't see anything in it, and it'll stay Algonquin possession. Roberts doing well, pressured into putting it out for Algonquin throw-in. Time winding down in this opener for Durham.
It's been a good game for both teams here. Unlucky result so far for Durham, but they got a couple minutes here. Possibly counterattack here would be crazy for them.
I think it's also a deserved win for Algonquin if they can hold on. As Sage takes this down, it wanted a handball.
Great ball
Won't
to Bailey.
get it, and
Bailey looks like she's in pain.
yeah, the hole in the calf. You just wonder at what point do you realize the game might be out of reach and save her from a further injury. Sullivan tipped it out. And it's Algonquin throw-in near the halfway line. And it'll be a Durham throw-in. Got to go quick again. That was Heather Wright trying to play it very much higher than she was, and she kind of gets away with just playing it at the same spot. That's going to be another Durham Lords throw-in. Nearing the 90-minute mark. Need a moment of greatness. They want back into this one.
Sullivan's moving around a bit. Bailey's giving options. Sage, great touchdown.
Knocks it down. Makes a move. Got 4 people. Sage still going, has a go, but it's easy into King. Maybe could have played it across goal, but that was still so well worked to get the shot off.
I feel like that was Sage's best option there, having a go. I like the guile, the attempt, with little time left on the clock.
Needed something great and just couldn't produce it in this moment. 30 seconds left on the regular clock. With time running out, we're looking closer and closer to an Algonquin opening victory. Tate, it's poked by Tulloch. Tate plays it back. This has to be a press. Sage couldn't win it. Tries again.
Arlo right on her back.
That's really good.
The composure from the number 7 there, sorry.
Tipped.
That might be offside.
Looked off, but they'll keep going. And the shot is wide and a goal kick. I think we both thought it was offside. The linesman did not.
Armstrong had a great run there, though, and then another great play with a pass to the top of the box. Just an unlucky finish there. There's going to be a substitute. Dubois had a great game. She's coming off right now.
Yeah, if you're Dubois, you're proud of that performance.
It's going to be Zoe Cucklin coming in here.
So Cucklin will check in. Dubois will check out. That's a good ball for Sullivan.
Couldn't control it. Unlucky from Sullivan there. She's had a great second half, Sullivan, creating many different plays and opportunities.
Sullivan did well again, but it's another Algonquin throw-in, and with no time on the clock, now time is so short for Durham if they want anything in this game. Doesn't look like they'll produce any points in their opener. But it's played to Roberts. Flicked by, and then it goes out. But it'll be Durham free kick. Just tapped away from retrieving that. Sutherland. Not really many options. Got to go up. Running out of time. Turned over and then won back by Tulloch. And then poked around and out of bounds for an Algonquin throw-in.
Armstrong has it. Armstrong can take her time, slow it down a little bit here. You got to wonder how much time's left here added on.
Yeah, I just don't. There should be a little bit because of the fact that there was a couple of injuries. But you never know.
Yeah, if you're Durham, you don't really have too many options here up top. Bailey's a little bit knocked up, so she's not at 100% right now. And Sage, we've seen Sage go down quite a few times this game actually. So
yeah, if you had to guess how much added time, what would you say?
Say approximate. There's probably a good 4 minutes. We've probably played 2 of those minutes. Probably played half of added time, I'd say.
Another sub here. This will be Frazier checking in. Sabrina Frazier. Just wondering who's coming out for. It'll be number 11, Danica Mater, who played most of that second half and played pretty well.
Good touch from Tulak up to Mikulika, sorry. Just good job dealing with it, Algonquin. Armstrong, good kick up. This one
Big chance.
might be off. No,
Algonquin, there's a shot and it just goes wide.
I think at this time you're looking at possibly the last play here.
That was Parks who had that shot.
They got to get forward here. Look for your 10 here or your 9.
Roberts to turn over, but Mikulinka wins it back. And then sent out for a Durham Lords throw-in, which is good by Sullivan. Bailey trying to work hard. Sent it up.
Great ball. Sage can get onto this.
Running through. Sage could have a go, and the shot is wide. Very upset with themselves after that.
Good run. Great ball. Sage just couldn't get a good enough shot there. It was a good effort, though, and good attempt. If you're Sage, maybe you take an extra touch next time, but it was still just a great attempt.
Especially with their speed. They could definitely get a better look than that.
Yeah.
Especially on that play.
Yeah, Sage, I feel like, might have the best speed in this league. So they must use that to their advantage, but not there.
And that could have been the moment to give them a little bit of life. Just not going away yet are the Lords.
Great ball to Bailey.
Bailey trying to track it down into the corner. Bailey will keep it alive, poke it out for a Durham Lords corner kick. They need to probably score right on this one if they wanted any chance at a point.
I think the win is out of the window here. If you're Durham, you got to try to get 2 quick goals, even this up. But I don't even know if they have enough time. Just depends what's on the ref's watch.
Bailey to take. Nearly everybody in the box. It's in there. It's a good tipped around, still alive, out to Tulak. Tulak has a go, it's blocked. Fighting around and getting away. And it's full time. The Algonquin Wolves will defeat the Durham Lords 2-0 in the first game of the OCAA season for both of these teams. It was a great victory. 2 goals, and Sage will go into the booking after the whistle for something they said to the ref.
I'd like to say the goalie, Sutherland, played an amazing game for Durham. You had many different key performances, such as Kyle May. You had Warlow. You had Sullivan come out, actually, on the right wing, play an amazing second half. Mikulika played great in the middle, and then the forwards played great. It was just an unlucky result, and they'll go again next game.
Yeah, thank you for watching. This was the Durham Lords versus Algonquin Wolves on YouTube in the OCAA. Thank you, and we'll be back next time, and we'll be back soon for the Durham men when they play the Algonquin Wolves men in about 15 to half an hour.